Hello and welcome. My name is DW and this is my little slice of the internet I like to call Dub's Beauty Diary. Today I am going to do a little recap of my experience with Bella Beaute Bar's palette Angles of Illumination. So if that sounds interesting to you, just keep on watching. So if you haven't followed me via my shorts here, I posted a short using each and every single shade of this palette in a look. So I'm going to post them in this video as well when I start talking about each shade. So you'll see the swatch and then you'll see the look I created. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. But I want to talk about this palette, my experience, my 16 looks that I did, and yeah. Okay, so I wanted to buy a new palette. Well, okay, I always want to buy a new palette, but my husband was going to buy me a palette because I helped him work on a job, and I did a really good job, so he wanted to reward me with some makeup. So I went onto Instagram and I was like, okay, should I try Bella Beaute Bar, Endlessly Rain? Which brand should I try that I haven't tried yet? And It's Belle was another one I suggested, and then other, to comment other brands. Essentially, I couldn't decide between any of them, and then Vidya said that this palette was on sale, but she heard from Nooper that it wasn't all that, but it was on sale when I picked it up, so I just got it. This was on my wish list. If I was going to try Bella Beaute Bar, it was going to be this palette. So yeah, that's why I essentially picked this palette up. It's not counting towards my beauty budget because my husband got this for me, even though I picked it out. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, whatever. So had to roll up my sleeves so we could do some swatching. I'm obviously in my car, but it is overcast today, so the lighting is not that great, but whatever. I do have a napkin to wipe off swatches. Okay, so let's just talk about each of these shades and my experience with them as I do my swatches. So this first one is called Flat. Okay, first of all, this whole palette is duochromes. Every shade in here is a duochrome. I don't know how well I can get all the flips, but yeah. Okay, so this first shade is called Flash. I didn't have any negative or very positive, nothing outstanding with this shade. But nothing bad either. So this was the first short that I created throughout this series, so I decided to showcase the palette a little closer, and so you can see the shades and potentially the flips in each of the shade. But I only did this in the very first short. But we started with this Dazzle shade. Not Dazzle, Flash. And so first application, it's very pigmented, a little bit of fallout, not much. I do tend to put shimmers on with my finger, so most of these will
be like that, and I don't know how they apply with the brush. This look was nice. I liked it.
So the next one is Brilliance. This one creased on me, but then it creased right when I put it on, and then when I patted it out, it stayed like that the rest of the day. So those are kind of similar though.
This was a look that I recreated from a friend on Instagram. This is a little bit different from the previous shade in the fact that it's green, more green than blue, and it's less flaky. So that's what I thought of with this shade. I did need to build it up though, because it just wasn't as pigmented as I wanted. But after the glitter glue and the build up, it was nice. Much better. Not typically my style of eyeshadow, but like I said, this was a recreation from an Instagrammer.
Then we've got Radiance. This one is very soft. And this one also creased on me. That one was pretty bad.
This one is like literally so soft that I seriously thought I was going to hit pan in the very first time I touched it. Like my finger just sunk right in there. But it's a gorgeous shade. Very glowy. It was more like a mint than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like a light blue, but it turned out to be more minty, which is fine. Time and a place, right? Glitter glue and tapping more on just to get that extra sparkle.
This one is called Polarized. This one is very creamy and soft, and it was one of my favorites.
Tons of recreations using this palette, but this polarized shade was used by Millie from Bad to the Brow in her first impressions video of this palette, like a year ago or whatever when it first came out. And I just really liked the way it looked. And I really like the shadow. It's very unassuming. Like, I just didn't think it was going to flip the way it did. But it's nice blue-green. Added another layer just to make it pop more. Does it need the extra layer? I don't know. Probably not for everyone, but for me, I love glitter and stuff, so, you know, I had to make it look a little more,
Then the second row, we've got Mimic. Nothing to say about that one.
I would like to note that since I just used Mimic here in a small way it was like a June makeup challenge prompt pop of color. So I just used it on the lower lash and it applied nice with my lash brush, but I did use this for an all over lid shade. I don't think I have a photo of that though. If I do, I can insert it here. And no creasing, so just wanted to let you guys know that I did actually use this as a lid shade as well, just to see how it would perform. One of my favorite ways to wear neutral eyeshadow is with a pop of color on the lower lash, specifically blue.
This one is Starlight. This one is kind of translucent.
I never noticed how often I wore that blue lipstick until I started putting these all together. But Starlight is very light on first application. Then once you add a glitter glue, like, because like right now I'm like, where is it? Like, what is this shade? But then, yeah, you add the glitter glue like I am here, and then holy smokes. What? Did you see that? Wowza. Like this, what? This look turned out way better than I thought it was going to.
Dazzle. I love this shade. One of my favorites.
Here's the Dazzle shade I was talking about in the beginning. I was just so obsessed with the name Dazzle that I thought every shade should be named Dazzle. But this is like a blue-green, iridescent, gorgeous thing. I don't even know. Like, it's so glowy and punchy, and it has color, but like it's very like, hi, I'm subtle but still spectacular. Welcome to my world. It just, look at that second layer, like sparkle heaven.
Can you tell I have a type? Because this one was my favorite and this one so far. And then this one was called Luster. This one's kind of chunky.
I am not a huge fan of chunky shades. They're just hard to blend, especially when I use my finger. Like this one, like I really had to push it in and spread it out. So it was kind of hard to get it on the eye the way I wanted it. Fallout City, you know, that happens with flakes. Not that it's a flaky shadow, but it's just chunky. I'm adding it to the lower lash as well with my brush. Just one layer, no second coat.
Then the third row, we've got Moonlight. This is one of my favorites.
This shade I thought was going to be exactly like the next shade just because they look the same in the pan, but this look just turned out so much better than the other one. Even now you can see it in my face like, I don't know about this. First application. Okay, it's nice. It's like a, what does Riley call them? Spicy neutrals. And then you just do like a little bit of a second coat, especially on a blue look like this. It really makes the blue stand out, like just stunning in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
And it looks similar to the one next to it, Gleam. But Gleam is a little bit more red with blue, and Moonlight is a little, red with green, and Moonlight is a little bit red with brown with blue. Gleam, this last one, this one was my one of my favorites. This one creased on me.
I never know like what tops to wear with what shades, but since this top had like all the shades in it, I thought this would work fine. This was like a mint, like it had like a mint green kind of reflect in it. Doesn't even look like anything yet. Then the second layer with the glitter glue, it really makes that mint shade pop out. I also used it in the inner corner. Without glitter glue. And I used the brush with that.
So this one's called Glow, and this was my absolute favorite out of the whole palette. It's similar to that Juvia's Place liquid shadow that I love. I think it's called Fula, but this one is more purple and that one's more blue.
Yeah, so like I was saying, this was definitely my favorite shade out of the whole palette. I do love a purple, but this one is just like, I mean, it's called Glow, and it really does. It really glows. Like, it's outstanding. First application, yeah, it's just really pretty. Like, this shadow has no business doing that. And then, do you see that? Second application, there's a freaking spotlight on my eye. Like, how? How? And that's one shadow doing all that shift. It's incredible. It's I, speechless. Speechless over here. But yeah, this was my favorite shadow out of the whole palette.
This one is called Transform. I didn't really see like a major shift in this one.
This was one of those shadows that I could take or leave. Like, I didn't mind it. It's a nice pink. It's got like another pink reflect in it, I guess, or purple maybe. I don't know, but it's a pink. It's a pink shimmer. Like, it's fine. It matched my dress, but how many pink shimmers do we need, guys? How many? Second application. Yeah, this is definitely an all pink look, and even after the second application, like, it just made it like a tish darker, but you still don't see any spectacular glow or sparkle or shifts. So, like, did we need this? Probably not. Turned out cute though, and I added glitter.
This next one is called Luminescence, and this one is very chunky, very piecey.
I didn't know how I was going to incorporate this as a like shadow all over my lid, or like a main staple shadow, but I made it work. I tried to use a brush, didn't work. It was just too chunky monkey. Even with my finger, like, I still don't have any idea what is going on here. Tried to just blend it out, but it was weird. I mean, I like the way that this look turned out, and it looks great with my outfit, but and then, like, once I finally got it to where I wanted it, it looked like a cracked layer of paint on my eyelid, but it is what it is, I guess. Not like a serious issue, and I probably still will use this shade, but it was not the best.
Then Starlight.
Really like this shade. I thought it was going to be more orange than green, but that was an unexpected, pleasant surprise, because if you know me, you know green is my favorite color. But yeah, in the palette, it looks like gold with green splecks, but on the eye, it's like green with a orange base. So it was kind of nice. And then with the second layer, it was even more sparkly and just more glam, I guess you could say. Like, when the light hits it right, it's just very, very, very fancy.
Shapeshift.
This shade is not red. It is like a coral pink. And it's got like a yellow reflect or gold reflect in it. It didn't look that great in the pan, but once I put it on my eyes and swatched it there, it was like, oh, okay, this is very feminine. This is very, this is pretty, like, right? Like, I mean, does the blush take away from it? Probably. Is it fine? Yeah, it's definitely fine. Don't worry about it. Little shift action. I only used one coat of this bad boy.
And perception. And these, like,
This shade, I don't know. I don't know. Why did I decide to wear this with a blue dress? Your guess is as good as mine. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like these shades are in every single palette that has a multichrome or a duochrome in it, at least. And it's pretty, but yeah. Anyway, I'm trying a new placement. I can't remember if this was a recreation or not. I don't think it was, but just adding more on with the glitter glue. This was like the most neutral shade in the palette. It turned out nice, cute.
the whole palette's gorgeous, right? But I don't know. Do I recommend this palette? If you like all shimmer palettes, yes, I think this is a good one. I think it's got a nice variety. There's a couple that are similar. There's a lot of blue tones. So if you don't like blue eyeshadow, I wouldn't recommend this. But yeah, it's an all shimmer palette. The formula is nice for the most part. Some of them are a little bit oily and they crease. So let's see, out of the 16 I had three crease on me, and I really enjoyed 4 out of them, and then the rest of them I didn't have an issue either way with. So that is that. In the little clips, I hope you saw that sometimes I had to apply a second layer with glitter glue, and sometimes I didn't. So it just all depends. But yeah, with that being said, we will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.